處生機，美麗姿彩，感謝神奇妙手創，心中銘記他偉大，明了凡敬畏他的，定有福氣，似雨露至天光，他必看顧，必引導前路往。
各位朋友，今晚我哋繼續嚟到收睇音樂劇《作夢者》嘅第3部舊約聖經約瑟嘅故事。約瑟咧係我雅各12個仔裏邊第11個，係最受寵愛嘅，所以呢，佢受到哥哥嘅憎恨，因為佢哋妒忌啊嘛。咁就將佢賣咗俾過路嘅一班嘅商人。咁呢班商人將約瑟帶到埃及，就賣俾皇帝嘅護衛長叫做波提法。咁波提法嘅妻子呢，就引誘約瑟不遂，反而咧向佢嘅丈夫嚟到誣告約瑟對佢非禮。但係波提法咧就不分黑白咁樣將約瑟咧放喺個監獄裏邊。而約瑟咧佢聰明過人，同呢個響監裏邊嘅2位皇宮裏邊嘅侍者嚟到解夢咧。咁後來皇帝自己咧都發了2個夢，就冇人能夠為佢嚟到解夢。咁從前坐過監嘅，依家自由嘅其中一個皇帝嘅侍者，專門係打理嘅王飲酒嘅事情嘅。咁想起佢在監獄中嘅時候嘅約瑟為佢解過夢，有智慧。咁佢就向皇帝嚟到講及，就將約瑟從監獄裏邊咧提出嚟為皇帝嚟到解夢。
The magicians and wise men, my lord.
Oh, great Pharaoh!
You're the greatest,
What?
the best. Pharaohs above Pharaohs.
All right. Enough of the groveling. Let's get down to business. Last night, I was upset by a bad dream.
Oh, no problem, King. For an upset stomach, I prescribe Pyramid Pepto. In fact, 9 out of 10 Egyptian magicians recommend Pyramid Pepto.
No. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean my stomach was upset. I meant my mind was disturbed.
The king was experiencing a psychological disturbance. Tell me, King, how was your childhood?
What?
Perhaps, King, in your transition from the total to the digital stage, your ego remained hostile to your id, thereby disturbing and distorting the development of your superego.
What ridiculous nonsense! I've not heard such insanity in all of Egypt. I think you're the one who needs therapy.
Ha! Oh, great Pharaoh, why don't you just tell me your dream, and I will interpret it.
Yes, we are talking. I had 2 dreams. In the first, I was standing by the Nile when 7 fat cows came out of it. After them came 7 skinny cows, which ate up the 7 fat ones, and they still stayed just as skinny. And in my second dream, 7 heads of grain were eaten up by 7 skinny ones. What does that mean?
The interpretation is simple. The 7 fat cows represent your 7 mothers-in-law. They're all coming over for dinner.
Yes, I have often thought of them as fat cows, but what about the 7 scrawny cows?
Oh, they're your mothers-in-law too, except they went on the Nile Slim Fast diet.
And of the wheat?
The wheat. Yes, that's what you should serve your mothers-in-law for dinner. They need more fiber.
Well, that almost makes sense, but something just doesn't seem right.
Let me help you with a better interpretation, King. Your first dream is a sign from the cow god. She's angry with you because you haven't been paying enough attention to her. We must summon her presence at once and appease her. Everyone must invoke her name. Moo, moo. Everyone
Wait a minute, wait a minute. If this isn't the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. Mooing at the top of my lungs toward the ceiling. Great advice. How did I end up with such incompetent magicians and wise men?
Well, you picked them, sir. Remember?
Silence! And to think you're supposed to be Egypt's best. No wonder why my popularity has been falling at the polls. You're useless, all of you. Take them away and let them keep company with that old baker.
But the old baker is dead.
Ah, you're wiser than I thought. Execute him last.
My lord, I remember when I was in prison, there was a young Hebrew called Joseph. He could interpret dreams. As a matter of fact, every interpretation he had became true.
All right, clean him up and bring him here right away.
Yes, my lord. Joseph, remember when we were in prison, you interpret my dream? He's going to ask you the same thing, interpret his. Oh, bow before the Pharaoh.
So you are Joseph. Arise. I have heard that you can interpret dreams.
I cannot do it, but God will give Pharaoh the answer that he desires.
I had 2 dreams. In the first, I was standing by the Nile when 7 fat cows came out of it. After them came 7 skinny cows, which ate up the 7 fat ones, and they still stayed just as skinny. And in my second dream, 7 heads of grain were eaten up by 7 skinny ones. Tell me, what does that mean?
The interpretation is one and the same. God has shown Pharaoh what he's going to do. There will be 7 years of great abundance over all the land. This, however, will be followed by 7 years of intense famine, which will eat up the abundance of the first 7. What the king should do is collect 1/5 of the harvest during the years of plenty, so that Egypt will be able to survive the years of the famine.
Yes. Yes, that's absolutely incredible. I can see your God is with you. And since he has made all of this known to you, there is no one as wise and discerning as you. You shall be put in charge of my palace, and all of my people are to submit to your orders. And only with respect to this throne shall I be greater than you.
Father God, I feel your hand again, pressing me to move with your plans again, lifting high all that's worthwhile again, helping me to rise up and see.
Mighty river, can't you hear it? I'm singing praises like a new song that changes our lifelong. A new beginning is beginning to take hold in my life. Every day's alive.
Great expectation,
Darkness turns to light.
love's transformation.
In my soul. I can sense the change. Glory to glory once again.
I hereby put you in charge of the entire land of Egypt. Bring out the linen robes and put a gold chain around his neck. Here is my signet ring. No one shall raise hand or foot without your word. I give my very own daughter for your hand in marriage.
A new beginning is just beginning. I feel the breakthrough, the winning, and there's a fresh flow of the Spirit, a mighty river. Can't you hear it? I'm singing praises like a new song. The changes are lifelong. A new beginning is beginning to take hold in my life.
法老王嘅兩個夢係乜嘢呢？咁第一個佢夢見自己站在河邊，睇見呢有7隻母牛響河水上邊係走上嚟，又肥又壯。咁響嗰啲蘆葦啲草上邊中間嚟到食草。咁跟住都有7隻母牛從呢個河水上走上嚟，河中走上嚟，又瘦又醜。咁呢7隻瘦嘅牛呢，就食咗嗰7隻肥嘅牛。咁皇帝唔知道點解。咁跟住呢，皇帝又發了第二個夢，夢見呢一樖麥子生了有7個麥穗，十分豐滿。咁隨後呢，睇見呢一樖嘅麥子呢，又生了7個麥穗，就好細弱、好瘦嘅。咁呢7個瘦弱嘅細小嘅麥穗吞咗嗰7個豐滿嘅麥穗。咁當時國中有學識嘅人都冇法子知道呢個夢係乜嘢意思，令到呢個皇帝係好悶。約瑟呢，在監獄中呢，就依家被提出嚟啦。咁聽見王嘅夢呢，佢就為王嚟到解釋咯。佢話皇帝呢兩個夢，其中呢有一個就係話7隻肥壯嘅母牛同埋7個豐滿嘅麥穗，代表7個豐年，一個豐盛嘅有糧食嘅年頭；而7個乾瘦嘅母牛同埋7個細小瘦弱嘅麥穗，代表7個荒年，冇糧食嘅荒年。呢個意思就係話呢，在嗰個時候，埃及全地必先有7個大豐年，豐收嘅年頭。咁跟住呢，要嚟7個荒年冇糧食嘅年頭，所以咧請皇帝你立刻咧就準備一個計劃，儲蓄糧食，以免咧當呢個荒年嚟到嘅時候，人民咧餓死。皇帝感覺到好有理喎，咁即刻咧任命約瑟咧，好，我俾你做宰相啦，嚟到管理辦理 呢一個好偉大嘅計劃。你有治理全國嘅糧食嘅大權，我俾呢個權利。咁皇帝咧將手上邊嗰個戒指除落嚟俾佢，戴在約瑟嘅手指上，象徵權力嘅賦予。咁又將咧城中一位祭司嘅女兒就俾佢咧嚟到做妻子。咁呢個時候啊，真係約瑟在一人之下，在萬人之上。從此呢，想起當年嗰種嘅落魄，被冤枉成為階下囚，真係不可同日而語。由約瑟嘅家庭想起我哋今日嘅家庭年代咧，雖然隔咗3000多年，但係在家庭中我哋有各種嘅糾紛、爭寵、陷害，仍然都係一樣。小家庭並不因為人口少就爭奪少，大家庭呢仍然係為咗人口多而爭奪多。呢個係人性嘅黑暗嘅一面。你或者會問，約瑟嘅哥哥將佢賣咗，咁就令到佢後來呢飛黃騰達，豈唔係呢個哥哥幫咗佢？咁又未必喎，因為事實呢就係話嗰啲妒忌嘅哥哥存心不良，行為不正在前，而上帝伸張公義嚟到拯救約瑟在後。同一個時候，約瑟亦係一個敬畏上帝嘅人，所以呢佢蒙天福，無論去到邊度，所謂大難不死，必有餘慶。
Just as Joseph had told Pharaoh, there were 7 years of great abundance. During this time, Joseph stored up huge quantities of grain in each of the various Egyptian cities. And then came the 7 years of famine. It brutally ravaged the land, and many countries were affected. One such place was the land of Canaan, where Jacob lived. There, Jacob and his sons realized that in order to survive, they had no choice but to make a trip to Egypt to get some grain. The youngest brother, Benjamin, would have to stay behind because his father Jacob was afraid something might happen to him along the way. So it was, the 10 brothers headed down to the only place where there was food.
Joseph's brother decided to wait to reveal himself at a later date. When the brothers walked up, they didn't even know that the governor there was their homie Joe.
I'm scared. Me too. I can hardly walk. Just let me handle all the talk. Oh, great vice pharaoh of the land, we kiss the ground on which you stand. Your roll is like the morning sky.
And you seem like a slamming guy.
We come before you on our knees.
Humbly ask, begging you please.
Make your point and make it plain.
Would we swap some silver for some grain?
It seems to me extremely weird that each one of you wears a beard. Those whiskers are a cheap disguise. I think you're undercover spies.
What? Now this naughty beard was made from 5 years who fought with blade. Oh no, great pharaoh number 2. We would never try to spy on you. We look alike. We're brothers, see? We're one big happy family.
Have all the brothers come for grain?
Yeah! No! I best explain. There were 12 sons, but not today. One stayed with that one, passed away.
I'll release 9 of you on bail, but one must stay down here in jail. When you return with the other son, I'll believe you and free everyone.
So 9 went back and said goodbye, while Joe Boy turned and started to cry.
brothers returned to their father Jacob in the land of Canaan, they told him everything that had happened. When they mentioned, however, that they could not return to Egypt without Benjamin, Jacob flatly refused to let him go. Jacob had already lost 2 sons, Joseph and Simeon, and to lose another would be a pain impossible to bear. However, as time passed, Jacob and his family were running out of grain. Something would have to be done. Meanwhile, back in Egypt, Joseph was going through his own struggle. How was he going to treat his brothers if they returned to Egypt?
Oh, Lord, what should I do? I mean, I can't forget what they did to me. They kept hitting me, tearing my beautiful coat, and then throwing me in the well. I kept telling them I was sorry. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. What did I do? But they wouldn't listen. They just wouldn't listen. How could you sell me to strangers? Like a used farm animal? I'm your brother. Your own brother. Oh, God. I'm afraid of what I might do to them. Please, Lord, help me to do what is right.
Lord, I need you to be all the gentleness in me. I've been trying by myself, struggling all along. From the very start, I knew that I must depend on you. Here I am depending, Lord. The rest is up to you. You're everything I need for you to be. You're everything that shines inside of me. And I will have the strength to do all you ask of me. I will always let you be everything I need for you to be.
Dad, we have no choice. We're out of food. We have to go back, and we can't go back without Benjamin. Father, I will personally guarantee his safety. You can hold me fully responsible. If I do not bring him back to you, I will bear the blame all my life. Don't worry, Father. The Lord our God will take care of us. Please.
好啦，如果真係要走，你同佢走啦。
Great. We'll get ready right away.
神祝福你哋。
May God show his grace to us all.
約瑟被法老王皇帝封佢為宰相，專門係為未來嘅荒年嚟到準備糧食。約瑟呢，在呢7個豐年裏邊呢，收集境內嘅糧食，儲藏在倉庫裏邊。咁當呢個7個豐年完咗之後，咁荒年冇收割嘅協收嘅年頭果然嚟到。咁埃及同埋鄰近各國都受到呢個荒年嘅影響，咁但係呢，唯獨埃及有糧食放喺個倉庫裏邊，咁所有附近嘅國家同埋埃及嘅人民都嚟到埃及哀求買糧。雅各呢，在呢個時候，佢嘅家庭都係受到飢餓嘅影響啦。咁睇見埃及有糧食，咁就呢個約瑟呢，就叫嗰10個仔，即係約瑟10個哥哥，去到埃及嚟到買糧食，免致餓死。 咁就將最細嗰個仔呢叫做便雅憫留響家中，恐怕呢佢途中受害，因為旅行唔係好安全，在嗰個時候，就算依家都係一樣，係咪？約瑟睇見10個哥哥嚟到買糧，認得佢哋喎，但係呢，佢就假裝唔識佢哋。而10個哥哥當然唔認得佢啦，佢依家咁富貴，佢點樣？佢哋夢想都唔想到，當年賣出嘅嗰個眼中釘，今日呢站在佢哋面前係一個富貴榮華嘅埃及嘅仔上，真係發夢都冇夢唔會想到。但係約瑟心裏有數，故意難為佢嘅哥哥，將佢嘅其中一個就放響監裏邊，放翻9個回去，叫佢呢就將最細嗰個弟弟拎嚟，否則唔放人。其實約瑟裏邊有一個計劃，有個主意喺嗰度。咁呢個哥哥呢，翻去向爸爸雅各嚟到講及呢件事。咁雅各雖然好唔願，雖然路途危險，但係為咗生存呢，佢唔俾唔得嘅。咁啊將嗰個最細嘅仔呢，便雅憫就俾佢呢，佢9個哥哥帶去埃及。埃及用呢個計謀引佢嘅弟弟出嚟，為同自己相見，因為呢個弟弟便雅憫係佢同埋一個生母嘅，所以呢就當約瑟睇見呢個弟弟之後，佢自己暗中喊起上嚟，因為嗰種嘅骨肉之情。約瑟被賣嘅時候係17歲，佢被父親寵愛一定有個緣故嘅。原來約瑟呢係有一個領袖嘅才幹，佢無論去到邊度好得到人嘅寵愛，好快就俾人睇得起。呢個係佢得天獨厚嘅地方。不過呢，因為佢時時呢知道佢哥哥嘅行為啊，嗰啲壞嘅行為，就向爸爸嚟到報告，險遭殺身之禍。我認為呢，約瑟佢本身有一份個童真，佢在嗰個時候根本未知道人心嗰種嘅險惡。嗱，下個禮拜呢，我哋就講到一個大嘅結局啦。咁啊，約瑟嘅兄弟點樣同埋個父親點樣嚟到一齊慶祝大團圓呢？咁請各位繼時收看。
Lord, I need you to be all the gentleness in me. I've been trying by myself, struggling all along. From the very start I knew that I must depend on you. Here I am depending, Lord, the rest is up to you. You're everything I need for you to be. You're everything that shines inside of me. And I will have the strength to do all you ask of me. I will always let you be everything I need for you to be.
由6月20號到8月12號，一連8個星期，你嘅仔女會度過一個既好玩又有嘢學嘅夏天。課程包括聖經故事、電腦、手工、科學、數學、體育、旅行同埋服務，包埋午餐、茶點，全期只係240蚊。救世軍夏令日營又開始接受報名啦！查詢電話7817360，7817360。